Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to look at the new decks in Torq 2.0. Now the first thing that you might notice is that we now support up to 4 decks, and each one of them could be independently controlled externally with vinyl or CDs or internally with a MIDI controller. Today we'll be looking at both. So let's get started. As you can see, I'm on 4 deck mode at the moment, and my decks are labeled as follow. Here on top to the left I have my deck A. To the right side of that is deck B. Across from the waveform display is deck C, and then D. Torq gives you the option of working in either 2 deck mode or 4 deck mode. Switching between the two modes is easy. Just click on the Torq mode button located in the toolbar, right here. When you switch to a 2 deck mode, the number 4 in the icon will change to the number 2 to reflect the mode that you're in. Looking at the deck, up here we can see the name of the song and the artist's name right underneath. It also shows the time remaining of the track and the time that has elapsed. I can click anywhere on the waveform overview to jump to that particular section of the song, like so. Also notice that when my song has 30 seconds remaining before it ends, Torq is gonna warn me by flashing red in the waveform overview and the waveform display. We can also add up to 5 markers or cue points on the song, allowing us to mark a particular section such as the beginning of the song, the chorus, the breakdown, or simply a particular sound effect within the song that you want to jump to later on. To set up a cue point, you simply have to put the playhead where you want the cue point to be set. Hit the set button, and then the number that you want to assign it to. Another way of doing this is by holding down Shift while clicking on the desired quick cue button. You can also update the location of the cue point. So for instance, I'm gonna move my playhead forward just a little bit more. Then I'm going to hit the set button and then the same number. And as you can see, my cue point has been updated to the new location. In Torq 2.0, we also added a new button in this section, the clear button. Pressing this button will quickly erase all of the cue points that were set on the particular song. In Torq 1.5, we introduced a make double feature. Here in 2.0, we added a make double button to each deck for quick access and configuration. Like the name implies, when I hit this button, I'm going to be making a double on the deck. Right underneath is where I select the deck that I'm making the double from. For example, I have a song playing on deck C, and on my deck B, I'm going to switch to deck C as the source for my double. And now when I hit the button, there you go. I have an instant double. Looping in Torq works in 2 ways, manual and quick loop. By default, the quick loop feature in Torq works like this. If I hit the first button, labeled number 1, Torq is gonna take 1 bar and it's gonna loop, like this. If I hit the number 2, Torq takes 2 bars and is gonna loop them. Hitting 4, I'm making a 4-bar loop. And so on. I can change this behavior in the Torq Preferences window under the Behavior tab. I can have my quick loop set to beat as opposed to bar. I can also manually set my loop start point and set the loop end point like this. In and out. To get out of loop mode, we simply hit the loop enable button. The basic transport section is here. Play, pause, rewind, forward, rewind and advance track by 1 beat. To jump to the beginning of the track, hold down Shift and press the rewind button. Notice that when I place my cursor on a button, the tooltip window here at the bottom displays its name and any other functions, like holding down Shift and pressing forward will take us to the end of the track. I can also turn the tooltip mode off in the Preferences window under the GUI tab. As I mentioned before, each deck is independently controlled. Here we have the control section, which allows to toggle between external control and internal control, and each one of those decks could be on their own independent mode. We have vinyl mode, which makes the deck behave like a turntable. We have CDJ mode, which makes the deck respond like a CDJ player. And we also have hybrid mode, which provides a blend of both CDJ and vinyl control mode. Right below that, we have control input 1 through 4. Again, because Torq is a 4-deck DJ system, this is where you would assign the control input for this particular deck. When in external control mode, Torq 2.0 shows a control clock to give us a better visual representation of your external deck speed. Switching to internal mode, here in the speed section, we can see the tempo of the song. And as I move my pitch tempo slider, the BPM will also update. Here below we can see the adjust percentage as I move my fader. I can also increase the range if I wanted to. For example, I will change it to 20%. And now my track can be 20% faster or 20% slower. I can use lock key to speed button to maintain the track pitch locked to the speed. So when I speed up the track, the pitch will go up, and when I slow it down, the pitch will go down, just like a vinyl record. The pitch shift buttons will allow me to move the pitch of the song in either direction by increments of 1 semitone. This is very useful when mixing songs that are in different keys. Another update in 2.0 is the sync functionality of each deck. Each deck now has its own master button and sync button. By hitting the master sync button on this particular deck, it means that all tempo-based Torq functions and loop samples will follow this particular tempo, including any other decks that are set to be synced. Here, let's look at it. As I hit play on my deck B, notice that the tempo is different. But as soon as I hit the sync button, I'm not just syncing the decks, but I'm also matching the beat. As you can see, I am able to sync the decks and keep them locked. And if I move the tempo of my master deck, any other decks that are set to sync will follow this tempo change. Now it is important to know that when you're in external control mode, it doesn't work the same way. In that case, the turntable or the CD player can only be set to master. That's it for now. To learn more about Torq 2.0 and to download the 30-day trial, visit avid.com/Torq trial. Thanks for watching.